Right, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to Chickens on the Loose podcast. We are live on YouTube and TikTok due to budget cuts, because I'm not paying £27 to go out on all platforms. So if you do want to come and join, please head over to Chickens on the Loose podcast on Twitter. And in today's podcast, we'll be talking about the dreaded post-match Swindon game, the post-match Notts County game where we've got a couple of Notts County fans on. We'll talk about latest Bradford City news, the weather forecast, what's on your plate. We're going to chat about, vent about anything. And then also we'll up it to any other fans, such as like Tranmere fans who want to join and stuff. So it's a bit of housekeeping, lads and lasses. Just basically when someone speaks, if you can mute yourself, please. And we'll start off with the Bradford City stuff, and then we'll eventually get to the other bits and bobs. So, as Bradford City fans, I should be joined by Jack and Max today.
Hello, Johnny.
All right, Johnny.
Jack. Max, you alright, lads?
Yeah.
Sound right. So, therapy for about 5 minutes. What happened at Swindon game, lads? What's your thoughts on the Swindon game?
I'll speak first, Max. Well, I was an armchair fan this time. I was watching it with two of the Notts County fans that were in here. I thought we had it in the bag the first half, but obviously, as soon as we got the red card, the game changed massively. We went all defensive when we shouldn't have gone all defensive. We should have gone still attacking. Then obviously Swindon kind of bagged two before half time, I think it was at one. And then we come out all attacking again. But then I think it was like the 70th minute we decided to go all defensive again, and then the 2 own goals was very unlucky for us. But there's nothing much I can really say. The referee wasn't a problem. The red card was a little bit of an iffy. I don't understand how 2 of the Swindon players didn't get red carded, because one was when the ball was out of play, a Swindon player decided to shoulder barge Jack Shepherd, which in my opinion that can be done as violent conduct. And then another thing is, I watched the highlights, and one of the Swindon players actually, basically was hip height with studs showing and basically clarted Brad Halliday. So in my opinion, it was just very unlucky for us.
Max?
Yeah, just a few things to add on to that. With obviously the red card, it were unlucky, but it was a little bit of a bad follow through. But again, the Jack Shepherd on goal, you couldn't do much about. Obviously, it's a bit unfair from him, and obviously all the Swindon players surrounding him after. The referee, I don't think, was a problem, but again, with the red cards, there were a couple that should have been booked and given a sanction or whatever for what they did as well. Cav had a great game. I think he were unlucky from the result for what he did with us. But yeah, not much to add from that really.
And hopefully, Lee, can you hear me, lad?
Aye, lad, I can.
Good. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Welcome back.
Better than I was.
So we're just talking about the Swindon game, Lee.
Cheers.
On the Swindon game, bud.
You don't really want to know. Honestly. Small was sent off 14 minutes. Okay. Half time. Patterson off, Poynton off. Kelly comes on. Johnson comes on. Tell me why we've got 5 centre-halves at half-time. Somebody, please, because, if I could have got my hands round Alexander's throat when I saw that, I don't think he'd be still with Bradford City. Can I show you? Absolute bullshit substitutions. With no legs in midfield, we got overran. And it proved it. When is he going to learn? Just really, really annoyed me. And then you've got Keller coming off and Sarcevic comes on at 74 minutes. Not really got a lot of time to do out, has he? Critchlow off at 97, Tyreek Wright on at the same timing. It was just fucking bullshit. Just absolute bullshit. Total bullshit. I just thought, what is it? He just lost the plot, didn't he? I think he's gone there expecting to win, and when it's gone against us because he's put 5 centre-halves at half-time, what the fuck is he thinking? Really knacks me.
And for people who are listening, just to let you know, this is not a PG show. People do occasionally put a couple
Sorry,
of,
it just really knacks me.
Don't worry about it, Lee. F-bombs and stuff like that. So if you are underage and listening,
I don't normally, I will qualify that, but it's not normally me to do that. But
yeah, Lee's normally calm and collective, but Lee, I agree on 100% what you've said there. Obviously, I was at the game, Swindon, 2-0 up, and I'm like absolutely buzzing.
How many people did we take? 1,100 or so?
1,000 and odd?
1,100, I think somebody quoted, so 1,000, 1,100, you know. Those people, they should give them the money back and their expenses, because that was just a joke. That really, well, let's move on to the next game. That's all we can do. That was more than a bad day at office with that. It was just terrible.
Yeah, so I went to the game 2-0 up in Dreamland because we were winning 2-0. Smallwood getting sent off, but he does that 99% of the time.
For what though? What did he get sent off for?
I think he went through
14 minutes into the game. That's a yellow card, not a sending off. The lad left his leg trailing, so he knew we were going to get caught.
Yeah, it was a follow-through.
No, it wasn't a follow-through. He left his leg there and watch it. Trust me, don't argue either, because it's not good and it annoys me.
Yep, so obviously Smallwood.
I am joking, by the way, but the lad left his leg trailing. He knew we were going to get caught. He knew. That was an engineered sending off, that. And that referee fell for it hook, line and sinker. He got old man. Bullshit. Bullshit sending off, that.
We better dispute your send for a minute, Lee, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Cheers. So yeah, it's winning the game, obviously 2-0 up, and in Dreamland, because we're 2-0 up. Smallwood sending off, agree with Lee, not sending off on that. And then it just crumbled really, 2-1 up, and the team just crumbled, agree with Lee again there. I think at some point there were like 7 defenders on that pitch defending, but we just did poor. People are blaming, like Lee's blaming Graham Alexandra, I blame Smallwood on the situation, because if he didn't get sent off, I reckon we would have won that game 4 or 5-0. But obviously, it was a bit of a crap game. And then we lost 5-4 by an own goal. Own goals galore, had everything. Sending off. Own goals and goals galore, with Cav getting a hat-trick. Haru, have you got any thoughts on the Swindon game?
Hey up, Johnny. Hey up, guys. Swindon was absolutely a weird game. Obviously, we were 2-0 up in the first half. Smallwood sending off. I don't think it was a sending off. I agree with you there, Lee and Johnny. It wasn't a sending off at all. It should have been a yellow card. Obviously, we were dreaming. We were 2-0 up. We thought we were going to win the full game. Obviously, then all goals galore. And then, what? Ooh, obviously, end of game of 5-4 with Jack Shepherd, obviously, scoring Swindon's last goal to win them the game, unfortunately. But yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? In the first half, it was alright, but then as it progressed, it just got more and more worse. Took an attendance of 1,102. But yeah, absolutely shocking. And obviously, I was pitch side that day as well, for filming, but absolutely shocking game. But let's see what happens against tomorrow. That's all my thoughts on the Swindon game.
And if anyone does want to join, please head over Chickens on the Loose podcast on Twitter, where we've got quite a lot of people in. So if you want to come over and join us on Twitter, I'm not accepting anybody on TikTok at the minute. So please head over to Chickens on the Loose on X. Right. Now we've got rid of the dreaded game there. Now we hear what everybody's here for. This is why we've got loads of people in, and we've been invaded by Notts County fans. So Bradford City versus Notts County live at 8 p.m. on Sky Sports television, live from the University of Bradford Stadium. And the referee of this game is Bradford, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. He's had 11 appearances in the Championship. He's dished out 43 yellow cards, 1 second yellow equaling a red, 2 penalties he's given. In League 1, he's had 8 appearances, 28 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. In the League 2, he's had 7 appearances, 20 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. No penalties. In the National League, he's had 4 appearances, 8 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, 1 penalty. The EFL Trophy, he's had 3 appearances, 7 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, no penalties. In the FA Cup, he's had 2 appearances, 4 yellow cards, no second yellows, no reds, no penalties. In the Premier League 2, he's had 1 appearance, 3 yellow cards, no second yellows, 1 red, and 1 penalty. Altogether, he's had 36 appearances, 113 yellow cards, 1 second yellow, 2 reds, and 5 penalties. And just digging a little bit more deeper into stuff. So this is where I would normally go over to the TNA article, but there's nothing on the TNA typically probably until tomorrow. So just a couple of past results. Bradford have beaten Colchester 4-1. Michael and Stanley, we obviously drew 0-0. Port Vale we lost. Crewe we beat 2-0 and we lost against Swindon 5-4. Notts County have drawn against Crewe, won against Newport, won against MK Dons, lost against Colchester, and lost against Salford. Andy Cook is Bradford's currently top goal scorer on 12, and he's played 22 matches and is currently out injured. We have got Jatta for Notts County on 17 goals, 4 assists, and he's played 35 matches. Then we go into a bit of an insight where Bradford have scored 10 goals in their last 5 matches, ranked number 1 at home this season. Jamie Walker has created the most big chances for Bradford, 8, and Notts County have scored 6 goals in their last 5 matches, ranked 3rd away from home this season, and Notts County have won the previous 3 matches against Bradford City. And that's a lot of data. I know you like your data there, Mark. So, let's get straight into it actually. Instead of going to a Bradford fan, I'm going to bring in Harry and Mark, who are Notts County fans, if they can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. If you can hear me.
Yeah, can hear you loud and clear, lads. Right, so what's your predictions, your thoughts, and basically tell us what's happening at Notts County currently, and one of you can start.
I'll let Harry speak on that one.
What?
I said I'll let you speak on that one.
Well, obviously we lost 3-1 to Salford on Friday night, obviously. Your Bradford fans might be happy Matty Pratt got the first own goal for us. I have no comment on that one really, because I didn't see it, so I thought we were really poor, because we could have dealt with Salford's last 2, because obviously a mistake from my goalkeeper led to the second one, and then we just really fell apart from there. We got the goal back from McGoldrick, obviously, but it wasn't enough in the end, and all we can do is just move on, really. The Colchester game was probably worse for me in general, because we only had 1 shot on target, and that was the 84th minute. We could have had a lot more chances to make. Obviously, Colchester scored around the 44th minute, and then nothing really happened after there, and it was just devastating, really.
And Mark or Harry, have you got any injury concerns for tomorrow's game?
It's just whether Bass will be back for tomorrow or not.
Yeah.
And that's your goalkeeper, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
What, so what are your goalkeepers? You broke a toenail?
So, we played Grimsby when we won 2-0 away from home. I think one of the players, after this shot, they followed through with our goalkeeper, hit his leg, and he came off with crutches and a boot on, so... But there's no communication with the club really, so we don't know how serious it was. So...
He was back in training last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So who would you say your best player is?
Well, at the minute?
At the minute.
Got to be George Abbott, innit?
Look out for.
Yeah,
Yeah, Giorgio Bett's up there. I say McGoldrick as well. And even though he hasn't really scored in his last couple of games, I'll say Jatta's up there as well.
Because Jack likes scoring against Bradford. He's got 5 in the last 3.
You've scored, is it 5 goals he scored past Bradford in the last 3? Yeah. And then...
who would you say your weaknesses are tomorrow so we can pass it on to the club after we've finished this podcast?
No comment. That's a hard one, that one. It's not a hard one, but the weakest player on our team...
Probably Matty Palmer.
Matt Palmer, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Matt Palmer.
Sorry.
Oops, sorry.
Go on, Harry.
No, it's fine. No.
Have you got anything you want to add, Mark?
Not really.
Right, so we're going to bring in Haru, Jack, Lee, and Max. So, starting off with Haru, what's your thoughts on the Notts County game, bud?
Right, obviously, when we were on TikTok Live, this was a very heavily debated game.
It was.
Obviously, everyone have got different opinions. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we need to win. We need to win that game tomorrow. But it is a tough game. Notts County are amazingly good. Unfortunately for me, I say this. But obviously they did lose to Salford on the Friday. But honestly, is that it's gonna be a tough game. Obviously, looking at the league table right now, it is a tight squeeze between us, Port Vale and Doncaster, and Notts County and Wimbledon and all them lot. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we either win. I want to say 2-1 to the Bantams. But if not, I will take a draw of 1-1.
Okay, and Jack?
I'm very nervous for this game, to be honest. I've told Mark and Harry this multiple times this week. It's not going to be easy. I can definitely tell you that for a fact. Because obviously our last 3 meetings with County, we've only scored 2 goals. It's a massive game. It's a crucial game that we need to win. Because if we're still running for the autos, we need a win. What else was I going to say? It's gone out of my head now. No, I don't know what to say now. It's gone out of my head.
Lee? Lee?
Yeah, I'm here, sorry. Yeah, it's every game we play now, it's same old. They're all tough. They're all tough games, so.
Okay. Anything
we
else?
We need 3 points, it's as simple as that. Colchester, like they just said, need 3 points. It's going to be a tough game. And the thing from Notts' point of view is, they won't know who's going to be in our midfield now, and neither do we. So, Smallwood's out for 3 games. So that leaves him 1 game at end of season, so interesting. It might make them play better without Smallwood, I don't know. I don't know who's going to put in his place. Lapsley has been down with this bug that's going round club. Is he going to put Keller in at midfield? I don't think so. Patterson, maybe, who's been down with the bug. I don't know. Poynton needs to be playing. You can't be taking a player off like him and expecting to have anything going forward. So it's going to be. I'm going to be interested. I'm still confident, though, that we can do it. But we need the points. We need to beat Doncaster. We just need 3 points from every game.
Okay. Max?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a tough game, but I am quite confident with the Bantams tomorrow. Obviously, like Lee was saying, with Smallwood out, we don't know who's going to be in the midfield. I think, if anything, he'd put Patterson and Keller as the holding, and then maybe start Jamie Walker again. But yeah, it all comes down to tomorrow. 3 points is what we're looking for. And hopefully ideal for the remaining 4 games of the season.
Okay, so it's that time of the day again. I'm going to put everybody on the spot. So starting off with Max, what's your score prediction for the game tomorrow?
I'm going to go 3-1 City.
Okay, so we've had Bantambeak on TikTok who thinks it's going to be 3-1 City tomorrow. Mark?
I think it's going to be 5-2. Jack to get an hat-trick, McGoldrick to score 1, and Abbott to score the other. Screamer from the corner of the box.
I love a dreamer. I love
Can I just butt in there, please? Mark's thinking like Lewis with Notts County winning the league this season.
Could I just say something, Johnny? Thank you for that sound clip on Saturday. That was amazing.
It's all right. Don't worry. And if bit of context for people who don't know. So basically at the Swindon game, I got a little bit excited. And I said, unbelievable, Jeff, 2-0 up. And Mark clipped it. He did send me it. And you'll probably see it crop up on TikTok quite a few times if Bradford score or win. Or probably in my defence if Notts County somehow some miracle win tomorrow. You probably get bombarded with TikToks with unbelievable Jeff shouting at you. Lee? What's your score prediction for tomorrow, bud?
2-0 as always, mate. I'm confident at home. A bumper crowd. And the lads will need everybody behind them tomorrow. What is it, 8 o'clock kick-off?
8 o'clock kick-off. It's live on Sky, so if anyone wants to watch it.
Live on Sky. 2-0, Bradford.
Yeah.
And McGoldrick's a class player. But
yeah,
he's not scoring tomorrow.
Score predictions, Jack?
4-3 either way. I've said this multiple times this week. It's going to go either way. It's not good. It's either my head's saying it's going to be 4-3, but my heart's saying it's going to be a boring 0-0 draw.
Yeah. Harry?
4-2 Notts.
Sorry, say that again.
4-2 Notts.
4-2. I thought you said 14-2 then. I would say, what have you been drinking? So 4-2.
Yeah, McGoldrick's going to score.
Haru?
My score prediction is I'm going to go with a 2-1 Bradford City win, or I'd say a 1-1 draw.
My head says we're going to win 1-0, and my heart says it's going to be a boring 0-0 with no entertainment whatsoever. And hopefully Joe, the Tranmere fan, can hear me.
Yeah, mate.
So what's your score prediction for the Bradford game, bud?
I'm going to be honest with you. With Lewis's mathematics, I think it's going to be 2-1 Notts County.
Your microphone is playing up a little bit, bud, so if you want to leave and come back and see if we can fix that for you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be 2-1 Notts County.
It's been Notts County. Right, we're going to move on.
And that's just based off the fact that you will be low for the weekend.
Yeah.
You haven't got Richie Smallwood. You'll obviously be suspended, and I just think that Notts County will want an automatic spot, so they'll be fighting for it more.
Your microphone's still a little bit dodgy, Joe, but I got what you said there. Right, so before we move on to some other bobs, the weather forecast for tomorrow's game. The sun will rise at 6:03 and will set at 8:12 tomorrow night. It's going to start off really sunny. Going to hit 13, 14 degrees, but then from 8 o'clock onwards when the game kicks off, it's going to go down to 11 degrees, going down to 10, 9, 9, 8 and 7, 6. So it will be a bit cold. So make sure you wear some warm items. So that's your weather forecast. Right. So latest Bradford City news for people who are joining. is that Graham Alexander is suspended for the next 2 games, so he won't be on the bench for the Notts County game, and he won't be on the bench for Chesterfield, and that's your news. Right, time to get everybody involved now. This is where we now go through the League 2 games on Good Friday, and we're going to get score predictions in, so people on YouTube for watching and people on X and TikTok, this is where we need your input as well. So starting off with Wimbledon Chesterfield, and I think Chesterfield are hopefully going to win that 1-0. So Lee, Joe, what's your score predictions for that game?
Obviously, we played Chesterfield a couple of days ago, and they were not a good side. So based off that, I think it's going to be 2-0 Wimbledon.
Okay, we've had, I think it's Kashi by Tripping on TikTok. I think it's going to be 2-1 Chesterfield. Haru. Oh my, Haru, your microphone is playing silly buggers, mate. Wimbledon Chesterfield. Score predictions.
Right, can you hear me better now?
Sounds like you're in a cave, but go on.
Wimbledon versus Chesterfield. I'm going to say a 2-0 win to Chesterfield.
Wow, we did that with...
Can somebody see me ears going past the orbit? God, I'm trying to, how loud are you, mate?
That was loud. Yeah, Harry?
Chesterfield to win 2-1.
Jack?
1-1 draw for me.
Lee?
I'm going to go 2-0 to Wimbledon.
Someone's agreeing with you. Heaton Dan DC thinks it's going to be 2-1 Wimbledon. Mark?
2-1 Chesterfield.
Okay. And Max?
I'm agreeing with a few people here in 2-1 Chesterfield.
And we, next game up is Bromley Morecambe. And I think that's going to be a tough game for Morecambe. Bromley are flying high, and I think Bromley are going to win that 2-0. Haru, if you've got your microphone sorted.
Can you hear me better now?
Bearable.
Right, hang on.
Hang on while I just pop out in the garden. I can probably hear you from there.
You hear me now, yeah?
Oh!
Haru, right, do us a favour, Haru. Come back and then join again.
No.
I'll leave and come back.
Haroon, mate, come off your laptop. Come off your laptop and go on your phone.
Yeah, your volume's all over the shop, mate. So, Harry?
I think Morecambe will win this one 1-0.
Jack?
4-0 Bromley.
Lee?
I'm going to go 1-1 draw. The Adams effect.
Mark?
I'm going a boring 0-0 draw.
Boring 0-0 draw. Right, I've sent Haru another request, so hopefully Haru's all sorted now.
Right,
technology's working.
am I sorted now?
Yeah.
There we go.
So, Bromley Morecambe, mate, what's your score predictions?
Bromley versus Morecambe. Oof. I have to, do you know what? I'm going to give it to Bromley. I'll say 1-0 win to Bromley.
Okay, we've got Hat on Dan who thinks it Bromley 1-0. Moving now on to one of the biggest games, I think, is Carlisle Port Vale. And I really hope Carlisle win this either 1-0 or 2-0. Haru.
Oh, Jesus, Johnny, honestly, yeah. That's a big game tomorrow. Obviously, Port Vale's first, Carlisle's right at the bottom. They're going to want Carlisle to win, obviously, so I'm going to give it a 2-1 victory to Carlisle United.
Alright.
I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Carlisle.
Jack?
I'm hoping for a 2-1 win to Carlisle. Come on, United.
Lee?
I think that's going to work out at a 2-2 draw.
Okay. And Mac?
I'm going for 4-3 Carlisle.
Ooh. Max?
I'm going to go 1-0 Carlisle.
Hughes has certainly turned corner with him, hasn't he?
He is. He's doing well. And then we have got Cheltenham, Gillingham. I think Cheltenham are going to win that 3-0. Haru?
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to give it to Cheltenham as well, Johnny, here. I'm going to say 3-1.
We've had Heaton Dan on TikTok who thinks it's going to be 2-1 Carlisle. We've had Cashier who thinks it's going to be 4-0 to the Gills. Harry?
I think the Gills are going to win this one 1-0.
Jack? Jack?
I'm going to have to go with the same as Harry. 1-0 to the Gills.
Okay. Hatton thinks it's 2-0 Gills. Yeah, I've got that. Lee?
I'm going to go 2-1 Gillingham.
Mark?
3-1 Gillingham.
Max?
2-1 Gillingham.
Then we have got Colchester Crew, and I think Colchester are going to win. I'm going to go 3-0 Colchester. Haru?
Colchester versus Crew, 8th place versus 11th. So I'm going to give it to Colchester, and they will win it 2-0.
Cashy thinks it's going to be 2-2 draw. Harry?
I think Crew's going to win it 1-0.
Jack?
2-0 to Colchester.
Lee?
I'm going to go 1 apiece.
Mark?
I'm going to go a boring 0-0 draw.
Max?
I'm going to go 1-0 Colchester.
Hat thinks it's going to be 2-3 Crew. Where are we? Fleetwood Barrow. I think Barrow are going to win that 1-0. Haru?
Fleetwood versus Barrow, 13th versus 15th. Barrow have been on form, winning their last two games actually, and Fleetwood have lost their last 2 games, so it looks like, if his statistics are correct, Barrow will win this game with 2-1 victory.
Cashy thinks it's going to be 1-0 Fleetwood. Hatton thinks it's going to be 1-0 Barrow. Macy, up the chickens, yeah, up the chickens. Harry, your Fleetwood Barrow prediction plans?
My prediction for Fleetwood versus Barrow, I think Fleetwood will win this one 2-1.
Jack?
I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory to Barrow.
2-0 Barrow, you said there. Annabelle thinks it's going to be 3-0. Macy thinks it's going to be 2-0 to Fleetwood. Lee?
2-1 Barrow.
Mark?
2-2 draw.
Max?
1-0 Barrow.
Okay. Grimsby versus Swindon. Oh, it won't surprise me if this is another 5-5 or something, or 5-4, but I think Grimsby are going to win it 2-0 against Swindon. Haru?
Grimsby versus Swindon, 7th place versus 12th place. Obviously, Swindon win their last 3 games, and Grimsby winning 1 out of their last 3 games, and drawing their last game. Do you know what? Honestly, it looks like it's going to be a pretty tight game, but I'm thinking Swindon have got their form back. I think they will smash out of the park. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for a reacher here. 4-3 to Swindon for some reason.
So we've got Heaton who thinks it's going to be 2-0 Grimsby. Annabelle thinks it's going to be 4-2 Swindon. Cashy thinks it's going to be 5-3 Swindon, based on the Bradford game. 4-2, yep. Bantam's Beak thinks it's going to be Grimsby 5, Swindon 4. Harry?
I think it'll be a close game, so I'm going to go Grimsby 2, Swindon 2.
Jack?
Grimsby at home or away?
Grimsby are at home, bud.
I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Lee?
I'm going to go 2-1 to Grimsby. I want that impressed with Swindon, if I'm honest.
Mark?
I'm going for 5-0 Grimsby Goalfest.
Ooh. Max?
I'm going 3-1 Swindon.
And then we are now on to MK Fake Dons versus Newport. I think MK Dons might get the new manager bounce, so I think they're going to win. I'm going to go 3-0 against Newport. Haru?
MK franchise versus Newport County. 18th versus 19th. Obviously, Newport losing 4 out of their last 5 matches. MK Dons losing 4 out of their last 5 matches. It looks. Do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to reckon? It's going to go for a draw here of 1-1.
So we've had Annabelle who thinks it's going to be 1-0 Newport. Bantam's Beak think it's going to be 2-0 MK Dons. And Hate on thinks it's going to be 2-0 MK. Harry?
I think Newport's going to win 2-0.
Jack?
2-0 to Newport.
Lee?
I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
Ooh. Mac?
I'm going to go 3-0 Newport. I don't think they'll get a new management bounce because it's a player's attitude. What's the problem at NK?
Max?
I'm going to go with a 1-0 draw.
Okay, we've had a couple of people who have just joined and on about the Bradford City game thinking Alpha think it's going to be 1-3 to Notts. Knoxley thinks it'll be 2-1 tomorrow to Bradford. So they're moving now on to Salford versus Ackley and Stanley with a exactly. After watching the Salford game the other day against Doncaster, they played pretty well. I think they're going to win 2-0 against Ackley and Stanley. Haru?
Salford 60-10th versus Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly 22. Obviously, Accrington losing 2 out of their last 5 matches, and for Salford winning 2 out of their last 5 matches. Obviously, I was with you guys on the live that night watching the Salford versus Donny game. Salford played well, Donny played well. Obviously, it ended in a draw, but I'm thinking Salford will take it against Accrington and take the cake home with the 3 points, making it a score of 3-1 to Salford.
So we've had Bantam's Beak, who thinks it's going to be 3-0 Salford tomorrow. Alright. Sorry, Friday.
I mean, obviously, watching Salford on Tuesday didn't really look that good against Donny. And also, Accrington drawed 3-3 with Tranmere on Saturday, so that's why I think I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Jack?
2-1 Salford.
Lee?
2-0 Salford.
Mark?
3-2 Salford.
Max?
I'm going to go with a 2-0 Accrington.
Okay. And we've got 2 games left to go through, and they are 2 massive games. So, Tranmere versus Doncaster on Friday, and I really hope football gods are listening and watching. Tranmere to win Doncaster 2-0. Haru?
Donny versus Tranmere. Obviously, Tranmere 4th place in the league versus Tranmere 21st in the league. Doncaster winning 2 out of their last 5 matches, and then Tranmere winning also 2 out of their last 5 matches. I'm going to say we all want this, Bradford City obviously want this. We need Tranmere to win here. So I'm going to say a score of 2-0 for a Tranmere win.
So we've had Bantam's Beak thinks it'll be 1-0 Tranmere. Harry?
Score prediction for that game, I think, will be 3-1 to Doncaster.
Okay. Jack?
We need Tranmere to win, so I'm going to go with a 2-0 Tranmere.
DJ Lee. Lee.
Where are we? Sorry, wife were talking to me.
So,
We're on Doncaster, Tranmere.
Yep.
I'm going to go 1-0 Tranmere. Are Tranmere at home?
Yes, Tranmere at home, Lee.
Yeah. I'm going to go 1-0 Tranmere.
And before we get Mark's score prediction, I've currently been invaded by a load of Swindon fans going on about the result. Enjoy your result, because you're going to lose anyway against who they got. Where's Swindon? Who did you say? Oh, Swindon. You're going to lose against Grimsby. So don't get too excited. Mark?
I think Donny will win 3-2.
Max?
I'm going to go Doncaster to win 1-0.
And the last of the biggest games, Walsall versus Harrogate. Walsall are at home against Harrogate, and I think, and hopefully, if the football gods are watching and listening, 1-0 Harrogate. Haru?
Right, Walsall versus Harrogate, 3rd place versus 20th place. Obviously, Walsall losing 2 out of their last 5 matches, they could have joined the rest of them. And Harrogate winning 1 out of their last 5 matches and losing 1 out of the last 5 matches, and also drawing 1 out of their last 5 matches. Is going, obviously with Walsall, they have been, obviously they were top of the league before. They have dropped ever since they've lost it. They've all balled it. So this is going to make me very happy if I say this, obviously. Harrogate Town 2, Walsall 0.
Harry?
I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Walsall.
Jack?
3-0 to Harrogate Town.
Ooh. Lee?
Not far away. 2-0 Harrogate Town for me.
Mark?
I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Max?
I'm going to go 2-0 Harrogate Town.
Okay. Right. Moving on now to, very quickly, let me just get it up. Hold on. I just need to do a puzzle on TikTok before it turns me off. There we go. That's the really hard test there. Right. Looking at the League 2 table as it stands. So we've got Port Vale at the top on 76 points with 19 plus goal difference. We've got Bradford City second on plus 19 goal difference on 73. Walsall third on plus 21 goal difference with 72 points. And we've got Walsall, who are currently bottling it and falling to pieces, in 3rd place on plus 21 in 72 points. And then we've got Doncaster 72 on 4th. 5th is AFC Wimbledon, 69 points. Notts County 6th on 68 points. 7th is Grimsby Town on 66. Colchester 8th on 65 points. 9th is Chesterfield on 62. Salford 10th on 62. 11th Crewe on 61 points. Swindon 12 on 57. 13th is Fleetwood on 56 points. Bromley then 14th on 56. Barrow 15th on 55 points. Cheltenham Town 16th on 53. Gillingham 17th on 50. Newport 18th on 46. Milton Keynes 19th on 46. 20th is Harrogate 46. Tranmere 44 points, 21st. Accrington Stanley with exactly 43. And then propping up the table is Carlisle 23rd on 37 points with minus 27 goal difference. And then Markham at the bottom of the trapdoor on 24th with minus 25 and on 36. Right. Time to move on to doing a chat about, vent about anything. Haru.
Obviously, do you know what? I have actually got something to say. About Swindon game, obviously, I actually enjoyed what I was doing on the game. Obviously, I wasn't happy with the result, but obviously, some of the fans were a bit, obviously, controversy about the Richie Smallwood sending off. And obviously, personally, I didn't think it was a sending off. I thought it was a yellow card, but obviously we had fans arguing and all that, where I could see fans were arguing and everything like that. But honestly, end of the day, it is what it is. We move on from what happened. We just roll on to the next game like nothing. We just do what we do. Same thing, same time, same day, and same place. Obviously, get behind the lads. Obviously, chant and do your best tomorrow at Notts County home. If you can make it, then amazing. Obviously, get behind the lads. Do your best, and let's make Valley Parade once again loud with all the noise, loud and proud. And let's bring these 3 points back into the ground. So come on, City. That's all I'm going to say, Johnny.
You're the Tranmere fan. You want to chat about, vent about anything?
To be honest with you, mate, I've genuinely got lots to vent about. If you think about our last 3 games, yeah, we went away to Harrogate and we may have lost, but there's two goal of the season contenders in the goals that we scored at Harrogate. None of the goals against Chesterfield were that impressive, but we still scored 4 of them. And then to go away to Accrington 3-0 down after 34 minutes, or 42 minutes, and then to come back from 3-0 down and scoring 78, 86 and 101 minutes. And all 3 of them goals were 100% goal of the season contenders as well, especially Amari Patrick's 3rd one. I've got a lot to complain about at the moment. I've seen something the other day. We've scored the same amount of goals since in 7 games or whatever it is that Andy Crosby's come in, and since we have all season, if you know what I mean. So if you think about it, we're doing better now in the last 7 games than we have done all season. So we've got nothing to complain about at the moment. I mean, yeah, we're fighting for survival and all that, so every point counts at the moment. So that's why we were so ecstatic about the draw against Accrington. But it all seems to be going all right at the moment. I mean, it's come to the point now where we were skeptical about Andy Crosby being a manager at Tranmere, because he worked under Nigel Adkins, so he thought he might have the same ideas. And he's come in, he started a few players, which the fans were saying, start Josh Hawkes, start this person, change Josh Hawkes and Amari Patrick's position. And he's done all that and it's worked. So he's not only is he listening and implementing his own tactics, but it's working at the same time. So at the moment, we're quite happy. I'd be happy with Andy Crosby as our manager, 100%.
Okay, Harry, do you want to chat about, vent about anything?
So obviously we've got Bradford on Thursday. I hope we can bounce back to winning ways. I mean, the last time we lost 2 in a row, we won 2-0 against Grimsby, so we should win. But anything can happen. I'm hoping it's a good game and the referee doesn't spoil it like always. And come on, you Pies.
Jack?
No, there's nothing to rant about. I just want to say a massive thank you to the City Ven and the club for doing this 192 metre banner tomorrow. It's given more excuse for fans to come to Valley Parade and enjoy it. Don't forget your scarves as well. But that's all I've got to say. Massive well done to the City Ven and the club.
Yeah, I'll second that. Club and City Ven, Adam, congratulations on what you're doing with stuff, bringing the fans in. There's more communication I see, and it would be nice to see the TIFO as well the other week at the game. Lee, do you want to chat about, vent about anything?
I think I've vented enough tonight, but I'd just like to say sorry for all that. It's not like me to come in like that, but it just really, really narked me at Swindon. I don't blame, I'm just correcting one thing. I don't blame Alexander. It upset me that he seemed to lose his head completely. Hence, he's not going to be sat on touchline for the next couple of games. I think the referee's fault is the one I would blame, because he allowed himself to be old-manned. The dark arts, some older ender call it, and I think that were very evident in that A yellow card at most. So early on in game, nah. That wasn't the sending off for me. But apologise for coming in a bit like a whirlwind at the beginning. I'm not normally like that. I'm normally the most placid, but it really wound me up.
Don't worry about it, Lee. We'll get square jar
Well,
next time.
I do, because we need every point we can get just to make sure we're going to stay in top 3. Otherwise, it's playoffs for us. I mean, anything's on the shelf there, isn't it, for anybody? So, I don't like playoffs. Never have. Never will. We need automatic. So, come on, City. Get job done.
Mark?
I just want to say, I want to see like a good performance from the players, 90 minutes, because we haven't really seen that this season. It's been bits and bobs. And the referee is very interesting if you've had a officiating a game. Just watch out for him.
In what way, Mark? I know I went through the stats earlier, but in what way?
He swapped sides. So like when we had him against Warsaw earlier in the season, he was all giving County every free kick and everything else. Second half, total opposite. He didn't get a free kick, even though there was challenges which should have been free kicks.
Okay. And last but not least, Max.
No, obviously nothing to add on. We just need to go get the 3 points and stay in the top 3.
Can I just add something? The referee standard in the lower 2 divisions, second and first, has just been absolutely appalling. Referees that have refereed at a higher level come down and they just don't referee again. They just, I'm the superstar here, you can all do one. And I just object to that. It shouldn't be about the referee or who he is or where he's refed. He should do the job. And I think when they come down to first and second division, they don't do the job, a lot of them. They don't do what it says on the tin. I'm a referee. Some of them are. Some of them think they're superstars. And there's too much of it in these divisions now. There's too much of it. It'll be a little bit better if we do manage to get up a division. But the second division, it's a nightmare, referees. It really is. And that's what I'd say.
Can I just add to that? The referee is a talent scout for the FA. He's got an FA profile as well, if you search his name.
Okay. And my rant/vent is I need to stop getting ahead of myself in games. Obviously, Mark's made me, what word am I looking for? Mark.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Yeah, unbelievable, Jeff. That's going to haunt me for the rest of my life, especially if Notts County win tomorrow or batter us tomorrow, because I can see getting mentioned.
Not to mention being in breach of copyright, you'll have Kamara after you. Come on, Cammy.
Johnny, can I just ask you something?
Go for it, Jack.
So you've asked Mark to make a remix of that, haven't you? Will that be used as your new intro for this podcast?
Ooh.
It surely has to be.
Possibly. Obviously, I'll have the chicken noise at the beginning, and then we'll go into the full-blown dance remix of Unbelievable Jeff / Doggy Daycare, if it's available and remixed, and I'm looking forward to Mark working through the hours and through the night before the game tomorrow.
Because we need that.
So I'll see what happens. Just want it before end of season.
We just need an upset chicken, don't we? Fuck off!
One upset magpie.
So we're coming to time now. So for people who are joining / new to the podcast, this is where I go through basically what have you had for your tea or you're planning to have for your tea. Because I'm a bit of a nosy so-and-so. So Joe, what have you had for your dinner, mate? Or your tea? Or your supper?
I had sweet mint tacos for dinner.
Nice.
Which is like it's like a kind of like a fajita kind of thing, but it's like one of those fajita packs.
Sounds nice. Did you have any sauce or did you have it dry?
I had a bit of salsa on it. because just with fajitas, you can't go wrong with a bit of salsa. So,
Haru?
Honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm going to eat tonight, honestly with you, Johnny. Probably to go to get a bottle burger or something from takeaway.
Okay. Alright.
I haven't had my dinner yet, no, and I don't know what I want, so
Okay.
no comment on that one.
Jack?
I think I'm going to make myself a vegetable lasagna with chips.
Nice. Lee?
Well, I've just had, from the Bearded Sailor in Pudsey, Yorkshire's finest fish and chip purveyor, a nice fish and a nice cake with a bit of tartar sauce. It was lovely.
Okay.
I would recommend it to all. And they won't pay me. I've tried.
I bet you're buzzing you can eat now.
I am after 6 days, mate. I can.
And Mac?
I had steak wraps.
Nice. Max?
I've just finished eating a munch box from my takeaway, which had stunner meat, chips, a chicken burger, and some chicken strips in it. So
Nice.
yeah,
I've added some scrambled egg and some breaded mushrooms. It was alright. Right. And on that note, I want to say thank you to Joe, Haru, Harry, Jack, Lee, Mark, Max, and others for joining. Thanks to TikTok and YouTube. Thanks for your comments and stuff like that. The podcast will be back on Sunday at 6 to talk about the Chesterfield game. But on Saturday, hopefully around 6 o'clock, we'll be having the EFL/non-league chit-chat show. Sorry, Friday at 6. The EFL chit-chat show. So whatever team you support, if the referees let you down, come and have a chat. And that's live on TikTok. So come and join us there. If you do like what you're hearing, head over to any podcast services. Just search for Chicken on the Loose and you can listen to past episodes of the podcast where we normally have regular guests. So just search for Chickens on the Loose there. Small Facebook page, Bradford City Up the Chickens on all Facebook, on Facebook, where we do Super 6 every year and Golden Goal every match day. Also, Chickens on the Loose on all podcast services. Hit us a follow. Thank you again for everybody for joining. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Really hope Bradford beat Notts tomorrow. See what happens, and I will see you Friday at 6. Good night.